Hello, everybody. How are you doing today? My name is Jennifer Longmore, which I'm guessing you already know if you saw the icon beside my name. I'm excited to connect with you today. I'm going to give it a moment for people to hop on live. And my voice is a little bit wonky because of some fun little allergies in the summer. So thank you for accommodating my voice sounding a little bit different. So I'm excited to chat with you today. Let me know if this is your first time watching so I can officially welcome you. And if you're watching the replay, let me know that in the chat as well so I can come back and say hello. We are going to be talking about the number one zone to thrive in for your next quantum leap. So today on Facebook, I posted a thing that said, just a friendly reminder, money is not the problem. The problem is focusing on money as the problem. Now, this would be applicable to, of course, client attraction, our bodies, like it really can apply to anything. And but one of the things that we're really good at is making money the problem. Now, case in point, one of the things that I notice when I'm coaching people in different income brackets is that once people cross over pretty much the 250K a year mark, maybe higher, they really are way more focused on possibility versus problems. We're programmed to focus on problems in self-help. We're we're conditioned to focus on ourselves as a problem that needs to be fixed. And then inevitably, whether we are conscious of it or not, it can become this distraction. It can become a deflection from what we're really here to create, from living on our purpose and so on. And then it can become a misdirected purpose where we're focusing on fixing ourselves as the problem. And the thing with that, as you know, is that if we keep focusing, whatever we focus our attention on becomes our intention. So then it unknowingly becomes our intention to be the problem and to view ourselves as the problem. And then that job description is never ending because there's always going to be something to find in a world that has us believing in the too muches and not enoughs. We're too quiet, we're too assertive, we're not quick enough, we're whatever, right? We all swim in that thing inevitably because that's just how this world is constructed in a lot of ways, right? So when people are focused on problems, they already put a cap on their leap because leaps occur in the field of infinite possibilities. They don't occur in the soup of problems, right? That we can just sort of marinate in. And when I give people an opportunity to step into the field of possibilities, when I extend that to someone that's making, let's say, 250K a year or more, they already see it. That's how they're wired. It doesn't mean that obstacles won't come up from leap to leap. Of course that is, but the focus and the meta level intention is not on what other problems can I find. It's inevitable as we move towards that next leap that some funky things might appear, right? Usually pretty time limited and things that we can address. When we're focused on problems, we can't even really see the leap. We can't see more than, let's say, 10 steps ahead of ourselves. And that's where a lot of times the lack of clarity comes from because our brain is so wired. We have to be so conscious about it, as you know. And I'm a big fan of being an impeccable steward of my mind, of my consciousness. And one of my favorite quotes by Gandhi is that I don't allow people, I'm paraphrasing here, but I don't allow people to walk through my mind with their dirty feet. So that means that I spend way more time creating on social media, for example, versus consuming. As soon as you get into a scroll spiral, especially when your brain goes into theta, you're way more in your right brain and you're kind of just picking up things differently. There's a lot that we can absorb. And if you're empathic like me, you can absorb a lot of energy. So I consume versus create. I look at what else is possible. I constantly look at how to expand. So because I wasn't always this way. When I had a job and I was a public servant making just enough to get by or not quite enough to get by, all I saw was problems because the version of me that was vibrating at that frequency of that income level was very different than it is now. I have obviously, and I know you have as well, right, invested a lot of time, money, and energy in becoming the version of you that just naturally sees possibilities. So, for example, people are focusing on gas prices right now. And I'm not even like I'm aware, of course, that gas has gone up, not because I'm fixating on it, but A, everyone's talking about it, and B, I drive by these signs and see it. But I don't focus on that as the reason that I can't have, or the reason I need to contract, or the reason I need to slow down, or the reason I'm going to expect business to slow down. In July, just a few weeks ago, and I'll announce this soon, I bought a company. I hired 2 positions. Next month, I'm going to be hiring 2 other positions. So the brain of someone that operates in possibility is always looking at how else can I expand into the field. The outer world would tell me that I shouldn't be doing any of that. But my knowingness and my wealth consciousness is so embodied that I'm focusing on, how do I outcreate this? How can I create more jobs? How can I reach more lives? How can my company answer more prayers? How can I grow through this? And what else can I create just because I can? I don't need a reason to create. I can create just because I can. Now, I'm using me as an example, but of course, I'm talking about all of us. So there's a real deciding factor in whether we're going to have a leap based on whether we tend to default to where's the problem versus where's the possibility. So I extend that to you because there is a lot going on, and we do have a lot coming at us through a variety of different channels, the propaganda machines, social media, all kinds of things that want us to fixate on the problem. We get to extract our consciousness from that. It really is a choice, and we obviously want to practice really great energetic hygiene in order to stay out of that stuff. But then what could you create if you're just focused on possibilities? I'm sharing this with you for a few reasons. One is that I was just nudged, one of those nudges. You know the nudges I'm talking about, right? The ones that just won't leave you alone, and they start to like really flick you in the third eye if you don't listen to them. So a week ago, I started getting this nudge to find a way to serve people that are in that in between, right? They're not quite ready to step into one of my higher level masterminds, but anything that's a different sort of container, they've kind of evolved beyond it. They're in that in between. And I really love, I had a few people personally in mind, and I'm like, oh, if I could just create this for them, if I could help them get a quick win, help them have a nice cash injection, then wouldn't that be fun? And hey, if I'm going to invite them, why don't I just kind of put it out there? I haven't emailed my community, by the way. It's just something I've just started posting on social media. In fact, on Sunday, I don't have a sales page or anything. This is just as an aside, by the way, when you create things, like it's okay to create without a sales page, and you can fill programs through one post on social media, for example. Anyways, I had these few folks in mind. Now, it doesn't mean that they're obligated to sign up, but I really thought, oh, if I could get my hands on their business and help them and really be by their side until they get a 50K cash injection. And I want to do this quickly so they can have a quick win, and it feels good, and it gets imprinted into our cellular memory, which allows it to create over and over and over again. So I invited a few people in, and people are already stepping in. And so I said, okay, well, let's collapse. Let's look at your monkey mind. Let's see what's going on. Tell me all the reasons that don't even have to make sense. Let's catastrophize this. Let's blow it up. Let's be counterintuitive and ask the monkey mind, tell me all the reasons why I suck so bad. Basically, I didn't say this to them, of course, but like, why can't I have this? And one of the first things that came up is it's not possible. So that tells me, that just reinforced what I've already seen over the years. And keep in mind, I've been at this for a really long time, that the field of possibilities just naturally conditions our energy field, our cellular memory, etc., to keep looking for what else is possible. When we are programmed for problems, it doesn't mean people are choosing problems, by the way, that we just come by it honestly. We're bombarded with all the reasons why we will never amount to anything. We've got all kinds of parental chatter in our background, right, from when we were a kid and school, and maybe an old boss and all kinds of things telling us all the reasons why we're too much or not enough. But the first thing this person said was, it's not possible, which tells me that we've got some activations to do, right? So point being is there are a few spots left. Of course, this is time limited. If you're watching this 6 months from now, it's not going to be available. I'm just doing this as a pop-up. I want to see what's possible as well. I want to invite in the right people who are actually as committed to their business as I am to them having this cash injection, what can we create in a really short period of time so I can teach people how to collapse time and space? So if you're someone that's making at least 5K a month, you've got something that actually sells, right? Where you've got something that's proven, people are interested in it, and you are willing to be all in with me. I'm going to be by your hand every week. We're going to have hot seat calls. We're going to have a half day planning intensive as a hybrid mastermind, right? So I'm with you every single day. You get Voxer access to me. Like, this is all stuff that I charge a lot of money for with my 7 and 8 figure clients. But I want to get people quick results to show you what's possible. This is really as much of an experiment for you as it is for me. I've done this a gazillion times over with my clients, but I want to support you in releasing the belief that you can't make money in the summer because of all the reasons that you've been told you can't make money in the summer. I want to show you that you can have this, or of course, higher in a very short period of time, especially when you have someone by your side that's creating safety to receive, that's giving you a really easy strategy, that's calibrating you to some pretty significant money frequencies, and creating a really good strategy with you, giving you feedback on your copy, helping you really craft your offer, helping you with your outreach strategy, and really being focused on sales. And of course, along the way, collapsing any mindset stuff that comes up as you're implementing. That it's literally risk-free because I'm by your side. Even if it takes more than 30 days, I'm by your side until you get there, which is also why I am inviting people in that are willing to lean into the field of possibilities and not focus on problems and focus on all the reasons why it can't happen, right? There's a level of trust and surrender really to yourself and your business that's required. And I'm holding that energy, of course, and bringing all of the strategy that has helped me create an 8-figure company, and where I've helped, tons of other businesses scale to 7 and 8 figures as well. So if that speaks to you, let me know in the chat, and I'll reach out to you privately, and we'll chat back and forth to see if this is a good fit. I really like to be useful to you, and I don't like to receive compensation, so to speak, for things if I don't feel that I'm the best person to help you. If I don't, it won't be personal. It'll just be because I think someone else is actually going to get your results better than I can. But let's at least chat and see if this is going to be a good fit, and we'll take it from there. So just a little caveat, I'm in the business of contributing. I'm not in the business of convincing. So I'm going to ask you to come at me from an energy of helping you say yes to yourself versus me proving to you that I can help you, because I know I can, and I know you're resourceful enough to go and do your own research to see that, in fact, that is possible, right? So just a little side note and a little tip for you, of course, as well, right? That you're in the business of contributing. You're not in the business of convincing. So any part of you that might be doing that in your business, I'm going to invite you to let that shizzle go because that's what's going to keep you having people that's what's going to have you working really hard to make sales when people feel that they're doing you a favor. So anyways, I hope this served you. I can't wait to see what you cook up this summer and beyond, of course. I'm looking forward to our chat next week. So between now and then, have a great week, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.